Welcome to Doron Yoga. Many of you sit and meditate often, I hope, in order to get more clarity in the mind, in order to get some peace of mind. That's wonderful. When we sit and meditate, most of the time we allow thoughts to come and go. We're allowing conditioning to start to lose its power. We uncondition our mind. If, to begin with, our mind was less conditioned, or if we had a little less mind stuff happening, then there would be less to clean up. It's kind of like in the house. If it doesn't get so dirty, there's less to clean. So how do we maintain a mind clearer and ready to go without too much chatter, without too much mind stuff? There are a few things, and we'll look today at how to have mind maintenance. First thing, pretty easy, TV. If the TV is on all the time, we're constantly getting information. If the radio is on all the time, we're constantly getting either information or maybe even news, or even if it's just music, we may be distracted if we're trying to do something else. So if you have the TV open, make sure you're watching the TV, you're fully focused on it, and you're seeing what you want to see. Same with the radio. Try not to use the radio as just a distraction, as a filler, but if you are listening, listen attentively. When you're not listening, turn it off. It gets even more complicated when we go and open our computers, when we look at the web. The web is an amazing tool, and yet there's so many options for distractions, so many options to fill our minds with stuff we do not need. I like to take a moment before I even go and open my computer to just sit and set an intention, to remind myself, what is it that I'm about to be doing? So that as I open the computer, I go ahead and I am ready to take the task that I planned on doing and focus on it. There's always advertisements, there's always going to be other pop-ups, an extra email, an extra Facebook, an extra Skype, an extra message. Can you focus on what you need to focus? And if there is something that you need to address it, but not be scattered, so that you don't fill up your mind with information, with things that you do not need. Maybe listening less to less news is also a good idea. Know what's going on in the world, but there's no need to listen to the same thing over and over again. It can happen while you're driving. Billboards, messages, while you're walking. If you're walking down a street in New York, there's usually so many messages on buses, on bus stops. Can you focus on your steps, on your breath? Read a little bit less of what's going on around you. And last, one of my favorites, try to practice seeing things without labeling. So when you see a tree, a flower, can you just see them? Be amazed at them. You don't need to call them by name. You don't need to describe them, to tell somebody their color. The more you can just see things without labeling, the cleaner your mind remains. The more ready it is for just the right task, to just have the input to see things exactly as they are. So remember, in order to have an easier time when you meditate, in order to be happier at all times, make sure that whatever you do throughout your life, you're keeping your mind clear and you only take in what you need. Thank you.